Hey guys, it's Oberstadt. In today's video, I'm finally recording the fall type or fall color scheme palettes that I think would be good for these months. Again, I'm from Florida, so we're still wearing shorts and t-shirts here, and we will be for a number of months. I will try and take pictures of these palettes like flat lay so that I can, put them up on the screen as well. And I will link any of them that are still available to be purchased. I will link them down below. The makeup look that you're seeing is a modified version of the two looks using the same shades out of the Nomad Cosmetics palette. That video will also be coming. It's a four looks video, 4 looks, 1 palette. So one of the modifications is the lip color. This is from Prop Up Beauty. This is Focused. It's a really pretty like terracotta color in the tube, but on my lips it's more brown. And these are like super soft and comfortable on the lips. So jumping right in, I have an entire stack, as you can see, of palettes, and I've got some on the side that are smaller, and then of course the Nomad one, which I just used. So we're going to start with palette number 1. This is from Colored Rain. This is the Smoke Show palette. You have 1 shimmer and 5 mattes in here, and I think this palette would be awesome for fall looks because you have this like reddish brown here, you have more of a neutral brown, and then you have this like dark grungy green color and this like blackish blue that's a shimmer. I think these colors, for me, when I think fall, I think like burgundies and navy blues and hunter greens, like this color green, and like cranberry shades and eggplant colors and like the gemstone sapphire blue. Those are the colors that I think. And pumpkin orange, I think that too. A lot of people think mustard yellow. I hate mustard yellow. I hate it in eyeshadow. I hate wearing the color. It makes me look awful. So, but a lot of people think, because those are the colors of fall. So, and I look good in just about every color for every of the 4 seasons, except for half of the colors in Fall Color Story because of my skin coloring. So anyways, this is palette number 1. This is still available on their website, and I will link it. This is palette number 1, the Smoke Show palette from Colored Rain. The next are 2 Milani palettes, and I heard from another YouTuber, Kelly Gooch, that Milani was discontinuing these. This one is the Bold Obsessions. This really does scream like fall to me. You have a black, you have gray, you have a brown, you have like a bronze, you've got a golden color, 2 cranberry shades, a light golden, you've got like a grayish shade up here, and then of course you've got your neutrals that are mattes at the top. And the next one is Pure Passions, which is more of a cranberry palette. Both of these I think are very fall palettes. Again, you've got your reddish browns down here, you've got your cranberries, your neutral mattes, and then your like shimmers up here. And I feel that all of these colors would be very appropriate for fall. These were like $15 each. I picked them up at Walmart, but I'm not sure when they're going to be getting rid of them. I'll have to look at the Milani website. But I know Kelly Gooch said that she has the Soft and Sultry palette. She loves it to death, but she said that she couldn't find it to link it last time she went to do a video. So I don't know if they discontinued them or not, but those are, 2 more affordable palettes. Then we have my enormous stack of the mini Zodiac palettes from BH Cosmetics. I know they've got like 1 or 2 of these palettes left on their website for like the minis, or you can buy them on the German site if you're in like Europe. But I don't know how many of these would be considered, or if they're still available on the website. Let me rearrange these really quick in order in which they came out. Because I've got most, let's see, 2, 4, 6, I've got 7 out of the 12 here. So the very first one is actually Capricorn. So if you have this palette or anything similar to this, it said my card was full. That is unusual. I had a 32 gig card and it was full. I only recorded 3 other videos on it. Okay, so back to this one. This is a very neutral palette. You've got like a cranberry shimmer, you have like a bronzy shimmer, and then you have like a coppery shimmer, and then of course you've got like the neutral like gold shimmer in the center, and then of course you've got the 5 mattes on the outside. So this is not only a very neutral palette, but it works very well for fall due to the colors in the palette, or at least I think it screams fall. The next one I was kind of iffy about. This is the Aries palette. But you have a cranberry shade here, you have like a reddish brown, you have these beautiful oranges. I think the oranges is what drew me to this. And then you have like this rusty red, and then you have more like a pinky, like bubblegum pink red, and you've got the other red, and then this is like a multi-chrome here. It shifts between like orange and yellow and gold, and then you've got like the mauve shimmer in the center. So again, when I think fall, I think like these kinds of colors, like the rusty reds, the red browns, the orange shades. Like basically what you would see for fall leaves, that's what I think of. So that's why I pulled that one. Then we have Gemini. Again, we have the orange, we have a reddish brown, we have like a salmon color, this like baby poop khaki green. This orange up here almost matches the color of the shirt that I have on. You have like another like khaki color, taupe color here. You have like a burgundy color, and then, or cranberry, and then you've got like the golden yellow shade. This yellow, I wouldn't consider that fall. It's a little bit too bright. That's more like a summer to me. But I think this would also work if you have it for a fall palette. And I went through all of my palettes to find these. I looked at every color story and thought about it before I pulled them, and I have quite a few. The next is Virgo. Virgo has, of course, the cranberry color. It's got like a bronzy cranberry, a straight up gold, a jewel toned green. You've got your more warm browns. You've got like a pinky salmon color, and then of course you've got that copper bronze shade in the center, which is really pretty. Again, screams fall. Then we have Leo. This is one that a subscriber sent to me, and there's a piece loose. This is one I had to repress the center shade, so I'm gonna be careful with this. We have a copper bronze, a cranberry, the golden up here, and then the lighter golden. This also, the majority of this palette, even like this mauve shade and this orange that looks like my shirt's like a salmon color, also looks kind of fall to me. Just ignore the blue at the top. Okay, the air finally kicked off. I went ahead and was able to get the rest of the palettes photographed. Okay, so the next palette is actually out of order. How did I, oh, yeah, I was taking photos. It's Scorpio. Now, this is a very like vampy looking palette. Again, this is what I think of when I think like October makeup looks. You've got black, you have this like purplish black or purplish gray that has like this burgundy hint to it. You have a gray, this straight up white, this like cranberry gold, the reddish brown, the cranberry shade, and a cranberry shimmer up here. This is a very fall palette to me. This is what I think of when I think like October makeup. And then we have Sagittarius, which is purple. I like purples and stuff, especially in fall, because of like the eggplant color, the really rich like royal purple. So you've got like a bunch of different purples in here. You've got the dark purple in the center. You've got like a muted like mauve cranberry shade in the cranberry shade. So this is also very fall to me. Then we have this Aurora palette. This is from Alter Ego. This is a dupe for like the Natasha Denona like Sunrise palette, I think. Or Sunset, one of the two. But anyways, this has these like the oranges that I think of when I think fall. It has the cranberry shades. It's got some gold and some bronze and some copper shades in here. Everything in this palette, but this shade up here screams fall to me. So if you, this I think is like $15. Somebody sent this to me. I had a subscriber send this to me a while back, and it's a really good palette. I want the newest one that they just released. I think it's like the Goddess palette or something. It's also a dupe of like the really big Natasha Denona like the golden palette that's like $200 something. I think it's called the Metropolis. Anyway, so this is a very good buy for your money, and you don't have to spend the prices for Natasha Denona. The next I have is the Magic Mini by Juvia's Place. I got this last year for a Secret Santa gift, and I'm glad I got it. This entire bottom row screams fall. You've got your purple, your navy blue, your jewel toned green, like a bluish green color. You have this color up here, which is like a bluish green shimmer. You have the gray, the silvery gray. You've got your reddish brown shades in here. You've got a pink explosion going on up here, man. You have a like more muted red. You have a beautiful gold. You have like a bronzy shade here. All of this palette, except for the pastel pink, the two pink shades and the purple shade. So if you like ignore these two here and then this one up here, I think this entire palette pretty much screams, you know, fall to me. And Juvia's Place shimmers are like magic, man. They're so amazing. I'm gonna save that one. I have two e.l.f. Bite Size palettes here out of the three that I own. I think both of these work very well for fall. We have this one here, which is Carnival Candy. Again, the blue I don't think really goes, but again, blue, the navy blue version for fall would work. You have like a reddish brown, a neutral brown, and like a beigey shade. This is very fall to me. And then I have this one here as the Rose Water. It is a mauve palette. It's a purpley mauve palette. Again, when I think fall, I also think like mauve shades, like the dirty looking pink shades. I have a Wet n Wild palette here. This is in Halloween. I got this recently. This is all like Halloween shades to me. You've got your like mermaid colors, your navy blue, your dark purple, your purplish black, your grayish black, your black, and then you've got your transformative shades, and then this is like a multi-chrome almost. These two shades here shift, and they're so amazing. So I think this would also work very well for fall. And again, it's very Halloween. This palette I thought I got rid of. Maybe I need to do a palette inventory / declutter. This is the Butter London Natural Goddess, I think. yeah, Natural Goddess palette. Everything with this last shade here screams fall to me. You have like the sage green, a copper, a bronzy gold shade. You have your straight up like, well, this is copper. This one's more like a brass color. Then you have your brown and the turquoise. Again, ignore that one. But for the most part, this, and I don't even like that shade. So out of this palette, those are the good shades, and I think those shades also work for fall. I also have the Corda Rosa palette from Sigma Beauty. This I've won in a giveaway from Samantha March. The entire palette screams fall. You've got your berry tones, your warm orangey browns, like this orange here screams pumpkin to me. You've got like a purplish eggplanty like brown here. You've got your gold, your cranberry like copper shade. This entire palette I think screams fall to me, and it's beautiful. I love working with it, and I'm so thankful to have it. Then I'll do this one, and then we'll do things by brand. This is the Profusion Wanderlust palette. A subscriber sent this to me. It was on my Amazon wish list, and they sent it to me. If you ignore these over here and this blue, so there, the rest of this palette screams fall, and there's the damn air again. I'm almost done, air, come on. Anyways, the browns, the greens, the blues, this row here, they all scream fall. These purples are a little bit too like pinky purple for my taste for like fall. I think more like dark, dirty, grungy purple than these brighter ones. So that's why I said ignore these two rows here and then that bright blue. But I think the rest of these would work perfect for fall. 8 more palettes to go. I'm going to stop recording while the air's on, and I'll be right back. Okay, the air just kicked off. Alright, so the next is all palettes from Nomad Cosmetics. I have 3 of their palettes here. This one is Berlin Underground. This is a very grungy palette. I think the entire thing would work perfect for fall looks. And you can buy this on their website like this, or you can buy it in a bundle like I did and get 4 of their palettes for basically the price of 30, which is an amazing deal. And with Nomad Cosmetics, if you use code Rebecca10 at checkout, you will save 10% off the site. I don't earn any commission from that. You just get to save money. The next one is Marrakesh. This one, all except for this last row, so I'll ignore that one. But this entire palette screams fall, and you've got your mustard in here if you prefer that. This little yellow down here is not, it's not quite fall, but the rest of this pretty much is, except for that last row that I'm hiding. I think with your cranberries and your bronzes and your browns and your pumpkin oranges and your mustards and your golds, and it's got a little bit of everything in it for you, and it's got a really pretty yellow that's a satin shade, and then a row of like blues and turquoises again if you want something not fall. But you know, this is a very beautiful palette. Again, it screams fall to me. And then lastly from Nomad, we have the Orient Express, which is what I'm wearing on my eyes. This entire palette I think would be, except for this blue up here, so we'll hide that, is perfect for fall. You have your like buttercup yellow, you have your like sagey greens, you've got your multi-chromes, you've got your neutral browns, you've got this like navy blue, this almost like bright red but not quite bright red. You have your bronze, your gold, your like muted gold. This again is, I think it would be perfect for a fall palette. Then we have 3 from BH Cosmetics. One of them's kind of a stretch, but you know. We have the Take Me to Ibiza. This is part of their Take Me Back to Brazil or Take Me to Brazil line. There's quite a few bright colors in here, but the bottom row is perfect. Most of this bottom row, except for this pink and that blue, would be perfect for fall colors. You've got like your reds and your oranges. You've got some like muted versions of the like orange and salmon colors. You've got your like cranberries. You've got a bronze. You've got your gold here. You have like a mustardy gold here. You have a mustard green. You have your like brick red color, your browns, a black. So this I think would be very good to also pick out for fall colors. The only thing I have an issue with is this orange right here. It comes off a little patchy on the eye, so you kind of have to really pack it and build it to get it to look right. But this orange and this orange are like Halloween colors for me. And then we have this one. I wouldn't necessarily say this is a strictly fall palette. This is a Fairy Lights palette. But you've got your row of navies that, you know, like I said, navy blue is something I think of when I think fall. You have like a bronze color, a copper, like a bronzy gold. You've got your reddish browns, a black. You have like a purpley brown over here. You've got your silvery purple. And then of course you've got like some more neutrals and a mauve. Again, the pinks, you've got like 4 pinks in here that were kind of meh. Those technically aren't fall, but I think the rest of the palette you could get away with it. I don't think they have this on the BH website anymore, but I think you can still find it on Beauty Bay or Beautylish, one of them. Wherever I can find any of these palettes, I will link them. And of course, the big Mamba Jamba. This is the Zodiac palette, the original Zodiac palette, which is what started me on BH Cosmetics. Thank you, Lauren May Beauty. It's her fault. Her and Lucia Tepper are the ones that got me started on this. This screams fall. You've got your burgundies, your coppers, your bronzes, your golds, your greens, your dark grungy purples. You've got your reddish browns, your mustard yellow, your silver. This is really a fall palette. Out of the 3 big Zodiac palettes, you've got one that's more like spring colors and one that's more like summery colors. This is more like fall winter to me. And these always come out in like November time of the year, usually right at like Thanksgiving time. They come out with a new one. This one came out, I think in 2018, 2019 was the Love Signs one. No, 2017. 2018 was the Love Signs and 2019 was the Crystal Zodiac. And I have all of them. And, you know, to be honest, I reached for this one the least. And the black in here is more like a brown black, so I don't really like that. But this purple color here really is that eggplant purple that I've mentioned multiple times. So this is definitely a win. Then we have the OG Jaclyn Hill palette, the Morphe one, the only Morphe palette I still have in my collection. All except for like these 3 colors here. This is a fall palette. You've got your dark, picked it up. You've got your dark greens, you've got your purpley blacks, your red browns, you've got your cranberries, your golds, you've got your neutrals, your mustard shades, your orange. You've got everything, even your royal purple is in here. Again, the 2 turquoise and the blue shade, that's more like a bluish purple or blurple as my friend Carol calls it. This is a very, very fall palette, and this is one of the original ones. I got this, I want to say, a subscriber sent this to me either in 2018 or the beginning of last year. I got this, it came from Ulta with a bunch of other things. So I didn't buy this, but this is the original formula. This is not the new, supposedly unvegan formula. So whatever. And then last palette, I swear last palette. This is the new one I got from Wet n Wild. I don't think this one has a name. If it does, I'll have to find it. I got this at Walmart. You've got a lot of the colors that I've talked about. You've got your rich greens, your navy blues, your royal purple shades. You've got your browns, your red browns, your muted red, your pumpkin orange colors, your copper, your cranberry, your gold, your salmon, your like antique gold, your bright gold. I mean, you've got everything in here. I don't have the James Charles palette anymore because it was a hell to work with, but this is very similar to that one. This one is so much easier to work with. I do not have patchiness or fallout. My eyes don't burn with it. It doesn't stain the skin. This is a beautiful palette. I'm glad that I was able to find it, especially for $15. This is like a third of the price from the James Charles palette that I ended up selling on Depop. But I'm very happy to have this. This is a new one in my collection that I got myself for my birthday. So that's everything. I don't even know how many palettes there are. 1 second, let me count them. We're just gonna ignore the air. 26 palettes. 26 palettes total that I think out of my collection would be perfect or would work well for fall. If you're more into like neutral colors, use like one of these. Like the Nomad has a lot of like neutral shades in it that you could get away with work, or work appropriate. You have the Sigma Beauty Corderosa palette. This again is also very work appropriate. And it's pretty good for people that wear like the basic bitch neutral shades. Either of the other 2 Nomad palettes, the Marrakesh is also very neutral, or the Berlin Underground palette is also very neutral. You could get away with any of those for work. Again, the Jaclyn Hill palette or the Wet n Wild palette would also work for like more neutral, workplace appropriate kind of Halloween colors. So let me know what you guys think down below. I know I've seen a couple of other YouTubers do this kind of video. I will try and remember to link their videos, the ones at least that I've watched, down below. So if you're interested to see what other YouTubers are doing that are much larger than me, that actually get comments and whatnot, engagement on their videos, which I don't. So anyways, I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic day or night wherever you are. Now I get to put all these away. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye.